All kitties are pretty.
Yes, they
Period.
are.
Tell me how you feeling. I ain't feeling the way I'm feeling about you.
What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Tia. You can call me Tia or Sunny, whichever one you like, girl. And today we're going to get into Kitty Chronicles Part 2.
What's 9 plus 10?
21.
You stupid.
So today we are going to talk about how to keep your kitty pretty, clean, and healthy. Most importantly, healthy. So as you guys know, I am a wax specialist. I worked at the European Wax Center, but I have my personal waxer, the girl who waxes me, my girl, okay, Miss Vanessa.
So I am an esthetician. I have been licensed for 5 years. I also worked at European Wax Center.
Period.
I've worked in DC, and I've lived in Maryland, Virginia, and DC altogether. But I've worked in the car industry, hair industry, and also nightclubs doing bottle service and bartending. But my calling, honestly, I went to school and I was like, I hope this is my calling. And I love it. I love it. I cannot imagine myself doing anything else.
Disclaimer, because I don't need the girls coming for us. This is supposed to be educational. It's not throwing shade at anybody. We are coming to you guys as professionals. We are not gynecologists, okay? So everybody's body is different. We're just telling you what works for us, what works for the majority, and you guys can take advice from it if you want, if you feel comfortable with it. But we just really want to, you know, give you guys that empowerment, and just so you can feel more comfortable about yourself in the bed, with your partner, you know, by yourself. So the things we're about to get into is 10 tips. And she has some really good ones. I ain't even gonna lie. I'll be learning from her. That's why I love going to her. So yeah, we're just gonna get straight into it. The first one is waxing over shaving. Shaving is just not going to give you the look that you want. One is, I feel like the itching is going to cause like hyperpigmentation. It's going to be very irritable down there. And you're gonna look crazy in school trying to go like this. Okay, you're gonna look like you got something when it's just because your hair is growing back. So it's longer lasting, it looks better, it's, you know, smoother. And then shaving does help with exfoliation too, but waxing is more beneficial in my opinion. I don't know about you, but like, it's it's more of an exfoliation than shaving.
No, I think that the benefits between them kind of outweigh, but I think overall what I get is I can't let it grow out. Like, I can't see hair, or I got a hot date, or my man this and my man that. And I'm like, your man doesn't manscape. He ain't trimming, he ain't shaving, he ain't waxing. So, but yeah, you get the irritation, you get the itching, you get the razor bumps. Not so much ingrowns even when you're shaving, but even just removing that hair from the root makes a huge difference because it takes longer to grow back. The texture changes. It gets thinner. It gets finer. It's more manageable. It's not itching when it grows back. And
it's
then
just more comfortable.
And you start to lighten those dark spots. So,
and that's what we want.
It's just the move.
I mean, when you find a good waxer, it's, you know, so much more.
It's game changing.
Yeah, it's way better. Because you're not going to get burnt. I know a lot of people might be scared of getting burnt down there, and that's like really the only concern. But for shaving, you can nick yourself, and nobody want to have, like, you know, scars and scabs and then it burns when you pee, like, you know.
I didn't know all that. So for tip number 2, it is body wash and feminine wash. So the difference between the two is you are using your body wash pretty much from like the neck down. Now, for anyone that has that misconception that you shouldn't be using body wash down there, I have plenty of clients that do. If you do or don't, that is on you. But, you know, there's feminine wash like Vajacial, Summer's Eve, and Honey Pot. So there's all. I actually just got into Honey Pot. I really like it. I really like it. It took me a while because I was like, look, it's going to get washed with whatever I got. But the difference is, I have a lot of clients that will say, I don't want to cleanse down there because it throws off my pH. And while I understand that, I'm not asking you to cleanse with body wash actually where the vulva is. So realistically, anatomy speaking, we have the mons pubis, which is up above, and your vulva is the opening. Now the skin itself needs to be washed. It needs to be exfoliated. Why? Because we have dead skin, because our body produces natural oils, and we also sweat. We are women, we are wearing underwear, we're wearing layers, pants, leggings, skirts. It doesn't matter. And even if you free ball, you sweat more.
Yeah, I'm gonna say honestly, that makes it worse.
Yes, because I've worn dresses without underwear, and I feel like I'm more sweaty.
Yeah.
So the question is, it's not even if or when. Like we are, and it happens, and we ain't talking about it. But we need to cleanse the skin. We need to exfoliate. So when it comes down to it, your body wash should be gel based, especially if you're waxing. You're removing that hair from the skin. It creates almost like a pothole. So once it comes out of that root, anything can clog it, especially when you're in a warm shower and your pores are opening. So gel based, I usually recommend Dial. How's that working for you?
I didn't really like it.
It was okay. It's not for
I'm gonna say
everybody.
it's not for everybody though.
But I do have, look, it
didn't like
balances.
the texture.
Okay. You know,
I don't like jelly textures.
But no, when it comes to cream base, I think my only issue is that it's meant to be moisturizing and hydrating, and that leads to a film being left behind. So if there's something being left on the skin, in my mind, I'm like, okay, it's gonna clog your pores.
So this is what I do. So I put it on the top only. I don't really put it like on the labia part because of that reason. But my skin gets dry, so I need the moisture for me. At least.
Right. Oh no, and this is why. So I kind of correlate it to washing your face. So when you wash your face and you have a full face of makeup, I want to feel it tight. Like I want to feel it dry. And that's what I want for that area, because when you wash your face like in the shower, in the sink, you get that tightness. And what do you do after? You put your serums, your eye creams, and your moisturizer.
Very true.
So you're replenishing that. So after you're showering, you're using your fur oil, you're using your aftercare products to prevent ingrowns or to treat them. And then after the shower, after washing with your body wash, I do recommend the feminine wash for your actual vulva, for cleansing, for the discharge, for the sweat, for the dead skin, and for the oiliness. Just all of that together, that builds up.
And when you say vulva, you don't mean going inside.
No,
okay.
but like I kind of told you, with the water. I mean, this is my personal preference. I don't use soap. But I personally just cleanse by just using a finger, and I kind of just swirl it around, and I'm like, I don't know what's in there, but it's gonna come out. And we shed naturally. It is self-cleaning. What is self-cleaning is inside the actual vagina.
Like not bacteria out.
Not the skin on the outside, not the skin that has hair, not the skin that's getting waxed or that you're shaving. And then with the vaginal opening, you use your vaginal wash. And then I just
use some water. With
water.
Water. Okay. Literally. So tip number 3. I literally just got a text saying that I need to schedule my OBGYN appointment. Schedule them yearly so that you can make sure you are good down there. But also throughout that year, after you have your appointment, I really stress for females to learn their bodies, because learn your smells, learn the bumps, the grooves, you know, the way it looks. Literally, I take a picture of it. Just if something feels off, I'm taking a picture so I can see it. Okay, like I don't play when it comes to down there. Just learn your body as a female. It just helps out when you go to your appointment, because if you're feeling off about, you know, a period because it's different than the rest of them, or your vagina smells differently, so you can tell them about that in your appointment. So just learning about yourself is very beneficial for your appointment, so it can go better, and so you can learn more about your body. One thing, when I had this is a quick little story time because it's so funny to me. I thought I had herpes or something because I was burning and itching and burning.
Ain't nothing could fix it. Not even cold water.
This is the thing. It was after sex. It was my first time. So I didn't want to tell my mom about it. So I'm just like, can I just go to the doctor?
She said, you was right. I shouldn't have.
Okay. I'm like, and this is also very important because who you deal with, you need to make sure they are clean. Ew. Make sure they are clean. If it don't smell right,
it ain't right.
It ain't right, okay? It ain't looking right. It ain't right. But yeah, let me bring it back to a serious note. But yeah, for real, make sure the person you are dealing with, your partner, whoever you want to give your virginity to, or not even give your virginity to, but just have sex.
Mess around with.
Yeah. Make sure they are clean. I know it can be like different body washes. If your partner is using one specific body wash and they switch, sometimes that can throw off your pH balance as well, and give you a yeast infection, UTIs, things like that. So it's also important to cleanse your body after that. I know my friend was telling me that she uses like some type of gel to cleanse after sex. I know some people use boric acid to cleanse after sex and periods, their cycles as well.
I just pee.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's the most common thing, is just like
going to the bathroom after. Like in the first hour, don't hold it. And honestly, you should make yourself. Yeah, you should make yourself try to use the bathroom. And more, 9 out of 10, you do have to use the bathroom after. But those are just things that I didn't know. Growing up, nobody had ever told me about that. What would you explain, like the sex etiquette or sex?
Look, girl. In my family, it was like Mean Girls. Like, don't have sex because you will get pregnant and die.
Just don't do it. Right, you either gonna die or you gonna get pregnant.
Yep,
one or the other. And you guys have to realize that the gynecologists, they deal with vaginas every day, so there's really no dumb questions or no surprise.
There's no shock factor.
Yeah, it's like they've seen that, maybe worse, or that might be the first time they ever seen something like that.
We have tip number 4, which is sunscreen. It's the S word that nobody wants to hear.
I was like, this is a good one though. I was like, over here, because we were going over like our tips and stuff. I was like, that is
look, between when I became an esthetician, sunscreen was like the worst thing I can say to somebody. I have a lot of people that come in, they have ingrowns. They'll go ahead and they extract them themselves, and then they have a dark spot. And the same thing happens on your face. If you pop a pimple on your face, it'll leave like a red mark. It'll leave like a brown mark, and that takes a while to get rid of. But what helps? Sunscreen. So when you're at the beach, when you're at the pool, you do want to apply it under your swimsuit. But to keep from getting ingrowns, you need to wash it off right after. So you'll be at the beach, you'll keep reapplying. But even if you're getting pretty kitties, Vajacials, or waxing, like that works towards lifting that pigment so that that dark spot can eventually go away. But once you step into the sun, it's going to come right back. So do your homework and actually wear sunscreen here on your face, anywhere that you don't want these dark spots.
You don't want to get sunburnt either. Like, you want to get your tan, but you don't want to get burnt. So
just protect your skin.
Always wear your sunscreen anyway. Okay, so the next tip is exfoliating. And I don't know if you can put chemical pills down there. I've never.
No, not you at home.
Yeah, no.
I can.
Yeah, I'm like, not you, but
yes.
like a esthetician.
Yes.
So you can put like a chemical pill.
Yes.
On the top layer. We're talking about the top layer because that's like the most important layer where you pretty much see like your bikini line. If you have a really low cut bikini, that's the area that you're going to see the most. So that's the area that you can exfoliate with mechanical exfoliating or chemical exfoliating. Me at home, I'm going to use the mechanical exfoliating technique, which is like a scrub. It's loofah. We don't like loofahs, but
I was like, what did you just say?
I'm like, I don't like loofahs. I don't know why I said that. But scrubs, you can use like the little mitt. I don't like those either because I just cannot.
Look, it's a texture thing with you. It's a texture.
It just feels so weird on my hands. But the scrub that I really, really, really love, she put me on to, is the first scrub. Koopy.
He's like, why you got somebody else in your video and not me?
Yeah, y'all know he be so jealous. But the first scrub, that one is so bomb. Like, it's not too much. It's not too harsh on my skin because I do have sensitive skin. So I absolutely love it. And I'll try to do like the scrub for about, I would say like 45 seconds to like a minute, just like going in, because we don't want no ingrowns. You know, we're trying to prevent ingrowns, especially when your hair is growing back. You want to, you know, do your scrub at least like 3 times a week just to really let that hair come out. And then when you get your next wax, it's going to be nice and smooth and just, it's going to be perfect. But yeah, so you can go into like chemical exfoliants because I don't really know too much about.
Okay, yeah, so this, I guess we kind of mix in tip number 6 here versus where it's like exfoliants, ways to exfoliate, and then also sugar scrubs.
I like sugar scrubs.
Yeah, so while it comes to like manual exfoliation and chemical exfoliation, the manual, it goes from using an exfoliating mitt, an exfoliating towel, and exfoliating...
Oh, you call it manual? Mm-hmm. Oh, I call it mechanical.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing. But yeah, so you're manually doing, like you're using your hand, you're using a mitt, you're using an exfoliating towel, and you're just using your hand, just like a dry brush. It's something that you're doing on your body. And then when it comes to like the silk scrub, which we talked about, I love it because it does have chemicals like pineapple enzymes and papaya enzymes. And what they do is they're literally like Pac-Man. Like you have to envision in your head that it's like, I'm eating the dead skin. That's what it's doing. And what it does the same thing. If you have a lot of pineapple, like if you're eating it, you start to feel like the inside of your mouth is like raw and you can't really eat anymore. So it does the same thing, but it's chemically balanced in these products. And you see it a lot in skincare products. So that contains it to exfoliate the face. And this has been formulated by fur for women. No, by women and for women. So that way it's meant for wax skin. It's sensitive enough for that area and it's not harsh. The one misconception that I get, or the one thing that people don't like, is how not harsh it is.
Yeah. I'm like,
They're like, it's watery.
Why do you want to literally scrape your skin off? That's the opposite of what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
It's going to take time for those cells to replenish because it takes 28 days. So it cannot happen overnight. You exfoliating the freaking skin off is not, you know, is doing more damage than it is good. So they kind of like correlate into each other because exfoliating is going to help with, you know, being a pretty kitty, but then you can also schedule a Vajacial and get a pretty kitty Vajacial. A Vajacial is a facial for your vagina, so you're gonna get into cleansing, exfoliating, serums, extractions, masks, like the whole
steam.
9. Yes, the steam. Steaminess. Because honestly, how you gonna do that at home? How you gonna do that at home? Like, you know, I'm all for, y'all know I'm all for saving money, but there are things that you just can't do on yourself. I can, you know, do a Brazilian with myself, but is it hard? Hell yeah.
It's gonna take like 3 hours.
Okay, it did. It be taking like 2 hours. But yeah, schedule a Vajacial. It has changed my life. Let me tell you right now, my vagina is looking just more bright. It just feels better. It looks better. So if you want that, you know, pretty kitty for like the summertime, if you go to a new beach, or, you know, just wearing your bikinis and wanting to feel confident in them, schedule a Vajacial ASAP. I would say to schedule them now because, you know, it's the winter time, so that you can prepare your skin for that time.
Just my personal way of detoxing and cleansing my body and pretty much like my vagina, which I kind of talked about, but my morning routine consists of 3 beverages. Like, if I don't pee 3 times before 8 a.m., I am off. It is honestly 1 cup of water. I have a cup of green tea, and then I have coffee.
Okay.
Because I need to stay hydrated. I need antioxidants, and I need to be awake.
Okay, period. Get them 3.
But overall, I used to drink a lot more smoothies. I used to do all green smoothies, but I am lazy now. I do drink a lot of water. If I am trying to do a really good cleanse, if I feel like it needs some love and attention from the inside, I will do like a half cup of water and half cranberry juice. I do my cranberry pills. I do my probiotics.
Okay.
And then I do a lot of yogurts for that same thing, probiotics. Some fruit flavors that I like. And then I also do a lot of pineapple. Again, like it helps to cleanse the digestive system. It helps overall to cleanse.
Okay. These are natural ways to detoxify your body. Because I know, and hydrate. Because then you can, for that area, you do the boric acid. I haven't tried it yet.
What is it?
It's like these little pods, and then you just put it up there, and it's supposed to like cleanse out everything.
Where do you
after.
get these?
It's the one from Honey Pot.
Oh,
I can show you after.
we should try it together.
See
how it goes.
That's gonna be the next one. Cause I was gonna do it by myself.
Are you scared?
Yes, I'm scared. That's gonna be I'm scared. Anyways. But yes, those are natural ways to exfoliate. I mean, not exfoliate, detox
and
down there and
cleanse.
cleanse down there is what you put in your body. That's always super important. The next tip I have is just because, you know, we sweat down there. It's a lot going on. It's a whole lot of like moisture down there. I love the Good Wipes. I get them from Target and they are my best friend because they are flushable. They're flushable, so it's not going to clog up your toilet, your drainage and everything down there. That was my only issue with finding a vagina or like
feminine wipe.
Yeah, feminine wipe. I don't want to say vagina, like a feminine
It's
wipe.
the same, girl.
Yeah, but it just sounds cuter when you say feminine care. Yeah. Yeah, that was my only issue. But the Good Wipes, baby, it's not too wet either because, you know, it's already wet down there.
I always talk about how everyone feels a little bit shy or insecure because, like I said, you're going to be naked in like 10 seconds or less. Overall, I have a lot of people that are definitely insecure about the way that their vaginas look. The vulva, the inner labia, the outer labia. And the reality is that everybody is shaped different. No two people
All
are
kitties
shaped.
are pretty.
Yes, they
Period.
are. And after seeing so many, like, I don't care. I don't care what they look like. I don't care how they're shaped. But I do like to educate people on how to take care of them. Because there are a lot of clients that are more inverted. So either way, like it'll kind of like that between that inner and outer labia, it kind of dips in further. So when you're washing, you want to make sure that you're actually getting into that crevice because the same thing that we were talking about, that oil buildup, that sweat, that dead skin, and your discharge, it's all going to build up in there. So you want to make sure that you're doing your part because we will see it, but we will wax over it. But there's hair in there.
Like build up.
There is that buildup, and there are people that don't even have like that inner labia. There isn't really like a pronounced.
Yeah, there's nothing,
and
it's okay.
that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, overall, and there's people that produce a lot more discharge, less discharge. But again, it's nothing to ever apologize for. It's nothing to ever be like, so sorry, like this, or shy or insecure about. The reality is, I don't care. I don't. And
I'm sorry, if you think your partner cares, or if they do care, leave them for one because they're very immature. And back to like the, you know, all of them are shaped differently. Literally every vagina I've come in contact with is like, wow, like that's so cool. Like it's very cool and interesting, and it's, you know, all kitties are pretty. They're all beautiful in their own way because you have, like she said, some are more inverted, and it's like that's different, and that's what makes you you. So embrace it, and that's really like what I wanted to say is like embrace your body in every
take a mirror. Take a mirror. Look, you have no idea how many people don't look at it.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Like, get to know her. I feel like, okay, if you guys haven't seen Big Mouth, have you ever watched Big Mouth?
Yes, it's new episode, new season is on.
Big Mouth is A1. Like, if people have kids, I'm like, you need to watch this. If they're like my nephew, I'm like, it's so educational. It's such a raunchy type of way, but you learn so much. Like, you see, we seriously are very selfish. We think that we walk through life and we're the only ones going through what we're going through, and there's a million other people dealing with the same thing. So at the end of the day, embrace it, learn about it, so you can be confident in your body and knowing that this is normal, whatever it is. And if it's not, or you feel like you want to change something, or you want to take a look at something, or you want a professional, ask the questions and make the appointment. Come and see me. Whether it's the hair, the unruliness, some people's hair grow faster, somebody's hairs grow slower. Everybody is different.
Everybody is different, and that's what makes us so unique. And if you are a parent out there, please do not feel that if your daughter wants to get a wax over shaving and she's coming to you as, you know, a young lady, please take her seriously and just go with her to get waxed, or go with her to get, you know, to her first OBGYN appointment, because we need to have these conversations with our daughters so that they cannot get, you know, have the same stories that we had growing up. You know, not make the same mistakes as us. So, you know, just have those conversations with your daughter. And thank you so much, Vanessa, for coming with me. You guys will definitely see her again when we do the boric acid. That's going to be an experiment in itself.
We'll see how that goes.
Right. We'll see if we like that or not, because we do have different preferences. Like,
the gel body wash.
The gel body wash, you know, it's okay. It's okay. That's
just like the little finger mitt.
Right, the finger thing. Like, we're all different. We can take different things. Like, I definitely haven't done the water thing, but I definitely will try it for myself. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you check out Vanessa on her Instagram as well as her website. I will leave it in the description box below. We will definitely get into that as well, because she creates her own waxes, her wax beads, her wax beads, which is amazing. She has 3 different types. I have the pink one, which I love so much. I love it so much. And she has other ones for coarser hair and different hair types. So definitely check that out if you like to wax your underarms or like any body part at home. And of course, follow me on the gram at naturally.sunny. Subscribe, do all of that good stuff. Share this with your girlfriends. But yes, I love you guys so much, and we will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Tell me